Hello everybody, it's Dr. Rick dropping in. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you're off to a great start. Hope you have had a great week to this point. Look, those of you who have followed me know that we're in the middle of a fundraiser. If you follow me, you know the work we do in the community, know the level of commitment that we have exhibited for the last 30 plus years. We need your support. There's so much more to do in the community, so much more that's needed to be done on so many different fronts. Those of you who follow me know all the fronts, from Black Men Lead, Rite of Passage, to mental health programs, to our programs that provide support for women who are trying to escape domestic violence, childhood trauma, and so much more. Our research center, our think tank, all are important elements and components to inform, to empower. So we're asking you, go to the description box, click the link, and donate. I want to be clear when I say support what I mean. All right, now this one's a little bit lighter, but it's still a very serious topic. There's so much going on, and I really do appreciate all you guys, the love and support and prayers that have gone out for Damar Hamlin. I also requested that we pray for T. Higgins, who was up the other side of that tackle and who is having a real hard time. The good news is that Damar has woke up. He is alert. His brain activity seems to be on point. So he's neurologically intact is the term. And that means that doesn't seem to be any cognitive deficits. So in other words, no signs of brain damage. That's awesome. So that's that, and you know that's good news. And you probably have seen the video floating around. There's this stupid ass TikTok challenge, and there's always some type of stupid ass challenge that pulls people in. And no, it's not just black people. It's a bunch of people doing dumb stuff. I can't be worried about everybody until I get my house straight. So when I talk about my house, I'm talking first and foremost, obviously, about my family, but then I'm talking about the community and my people. And so this is like, we don't have the room to be out doing dumbass challenges. But this challenge to me is definitely something that I think is a lot more serious, and some people are going to say, oh, you're just reaching. I love reading those comments. You're reaching, and you've read half a book your entire life, but I'm reaching. I spent my life studying this. I know what impacts what and to what level. I'm not reaching. I just have an understanding of how things work, and nothing is coincidence. Nothing is by accident. Nothing is just sitting out there. Everything is moving with purpose in mind. You may not know the purpose, doesn't mean the purpose doesn't exist. That's my thing. This particular challenge I'm talking about is the fake death joke challenge, where kids are telling their parents certain people have died and recording their responses, and it's a big joke, and everyone's going around. Well, one of the things that, you know, if you grew up in a Christian world, one thing you learned was the book of Proverbs. The book of Psalms, the book of Proverbs, you got it shoved down your throat. And Proverbs are full of wisdom, and it's full of experiential wisdom, experiential knowledge, and observational wisdom and observational knowledge. Two totally different things, but both of them are important. They're wisdom. Okay, so it says that the power of life and death is in the tongue. Choose life. We know now for certain there's a wealth and abundance of empirical data that tells us what we speak about ourselves and about life has an impact on the outcomes of our lives. We are what we think and what we speak. Our self-talk becomes the programs that we run. We have the power of life and death in our tongue. On 99.999% of the time, you're not going to say, hey, so-and-so dies and the person dies, but I'm pretty sure it's happened. But what happens is you speak death, you put death in the air. You don't know what happens to the person who hears that somebody died and gets excited. You don't know what happens with the anger and the animal. It's so much that can be created from words that don't manifest overnight, that manifest over time. And then death happens in more than one way. And we must understand that a lot of times dreams are killed and hopes are dashed and aspirations are suffocated by words. Used to say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I'd rather get hit with a stick anytime than have someone that has the ability to speak to me and lift me, speak down to me and hurt me. The words of someone you care for carries extreme amount of weight. Here's the thing, I've been saying this for long. I've done the research, I've talked about it, I've put it out there. We've got to be careful what we are allowing our children to be exposed to. Now, what happened is, wow, you just went and drew a blank that quick. Angela Bassett and Courtney Vance, some years ago, earlier in their marriage, decided to have in vitro fertilization, and they ended up with twins. Well, one of the twins, a boy, decided to do the TikTok joke on Angela and Courtney. Looked like they were about to leave and go somewhere. And he put up and said, "Oh, Mom, look, oh my God, Michael B. Jordan got killed in a car crash or died," or something like that. I know it was Michael B. Jordan. And they were going, "No, stop, stop lying." And, and it was, "Oh my God, you kidding, stop it," And both of them were like, wow. And then all of a sudden you see the screen go black, and like you can see where he's laughing and he's about to tell them the screen goes black. And the next thing you see is his retraction and apology, and he's in tears. Some people are speculating they put them hands on him, but and I'm not saying they didn't. What I am saying is there are some parents that parent in a way that the worst thing that can happen for a kid in that household is to see that their parents are disappointed in them. That's how it was in my household, man. I started getting whoopings early. I mean, I think maybe 9 was my last whooping, 8 or 9. And then it just became, I didn't want my parents to be disappointed. I wanted them to be pleased and proud. And so the idea of upsetting them and making them unhappy drove me to be very respectful of them and aware. And I don't know where it all came from, but it also put me in a situation where I was able to tap into the wisdom of their older years, because I was parented and reared by my great-grandparents. And that was a blessing because it put me ahead of the game. It gave me some insight. It allowed me to get started early. And, like anybody else, I've taken bumps and bruises. I've made poor decisions. I've had to learn. I've had to grow up. I've had to mature. But what I can tell you is what they did, whatever it was what needed to be done. It needed to be checked. We need more parents aware of what their kids are getting into and holding our kids accountable. Just dismissing stuff, "Oh, that ain't that bad. They were just joking." You got to be able to read. That's what parents are for. Parents are to be able to read behaviors, read consequences, predict what those consequences are going to be to actions, and hold their kids accountable so those kids don't end up falling into the consequences of that continued behavior. And that's where we as parents are going to have to do a better job, because right now we're allowing electronic devices to rear our kids. It's that simple. And when we keep doing that, they keep sending our kids stuff that puts them on the wrong track, that gets them caught up in everything you can imagine. Mental health issues on the rise, depression's on the rise, suicide's on the rise, crime is on the rise, dropouts on the rise. All the negative things in our community we can ill afford to have happen is on the rise. And you can find the impetus behind it in social media, especially Instagram and TikTok. Most of the younger generation don't spend time on Facebook. They say it's for old people. That's what my kids tell me. I don't got no Facebook page. It's for old people. So But, you know, Facebook isn't better. Just older people being influenced by a bunch of bullcrap. You got to watch what you do. That's why the vast majority of my stuff that I post on social media is actually done from a content management system, meaning that I don't have to go on Facebook to post it. I'm connected to Facebook. So when I post from that system, it posts to the profiles and the pages that I own and operate, and I don't have to go on there all the time. Now, I do go on there to read, and, you know, if I get an alert about something, I'll do it. But I really guard what I do, and I have a method of what I consume in vision and in hearing. The music I listen to, the movies I watch, the books I read, and on down the line. But we definitely are responsible for managing the content that our children consume. What's happened is we've become so busy that we've stopped parenting, and we started allowing devices and technology to parent our kids. As long as they're quiet, as long as they're not bothering us, as long as they're doing something in their room, we're good. And the problem is, first and foremost, now they're spending too much time in their room. They're on the game, they're on their device, they're on their laptop, they're on their iPad. And what happens? They are at they have a higher obesity rate than we had as kids. Why? Nobody's outside playing. I mean, right out the box, 2 and 3-year-olds got devices. And then you go through all this problem trying to block stuff that you don't want them on, and they got all these little hacks that they sell the kids to get out of it. You're in a constant race against a force that's designed to decimate the mentality and the ability to think and move forward and grow in your child. And so what seems like a harmless joke, it's just a joke, has far more reaching consequences than you can ever imagine. You don't have the latitude of taking chances with the future of your child. Our children, we keep saying our children are our future, but we're not doing what it takes to guard and protect them. That's a responsibility that falls on us. And so we've got to do a better job. Look, I'm going to leave it at that. I thought that would be something to talk about. I've talked about screen time before. Mary and I both have done that. We've done it together. We've done it separately. That's something that we were always adamant about, and I'm assuming that's still the same. But whatever the case may be, we've got to do better. On that note, look, I'm going to get out of here. It's been one of those weeks, but man, time is winding down fast. This break is going to be over with. I'm going to be back full time next week. I'm rethinking some things. I'll tell you the truth, man. I needed this break. But anyway, I'm about to get out, do a little bit more unwinding, and wind my day down. But anyway, you guys have an unbelievable day. Don't forget to support the work we do. Go to the description box, click the link, and donate. Donate, donate, donate. Nothing happens for free. We've been going hard in the paint on this for I don't know how long. If you believe in the work we do, we need your support. On that note, I am out.